The Nissan Leaf is probably the first thing that comes to mind when most of us hear electric vehicle, and it was indeed a game changer when it arrived here in 2011. Here was a vehicle that you could run like a mobile phone. No fuel tank, no exhaust pipe, zero emissions, just charge up the battery and go. However, fast forward 5 years and it's no longer the only EV in town, with many more brands joining the electric movement. We've now got Volkswagen's e-Golf, there's the Renault Zoe, with plenty more due to appear next year. So in other words, it was time for Nissan to up their game. And that is exactly what they've done by addressing one of the main concerns that people have about driving an electric vehicle, which is of course range anxiety. So this year they've introduced a 30 kilowatt Leaf, which will improve the claimed range of a full charge from 180 to 250 kilometres. As regards living with the Leaf, it really is very simple in principle. You can charge it at home. If you have a charge point pre-installed, then great. If not, you can just use an extension cord. And for most people, it makes most sense to charge it overnight because first of all, you won't be using it. And second of all, you can take advantage of the night saver electricity rates. A full charge will take about 8 hours and cost about €2. The other option then when you're out and about are the public charge points, which you pay for via this card that you can have linked to your ESB account. Then the third option are the fast charge points, which will give you an 80% charge in just 30 minutes. And they can be very useful if you're planning any longer journeys in the Leaf. You can find out where they are via this Nissan Connect system, which also doubles up as a sat-nav, reversing camera, and of course your entertainment system. It is worth noting that the 30 kilowatt battery is only available in the mid-spec SV model upwards. The premium for which will also get you cruise control, automatic lights and wipers, 16-inch alloy wheels and privacy glass. This top-spec SVE model adds larger wheels, full leather upholstery, a Bose sound system and heated seats, which are a really nice touch in this weather. Apart from all the high-tech stuff, the Leaf is also quite a practical car. It's large enough to function as a small family runaround with decent levels of head and leg room in the front and the back, and there's ISOFIX anchors for child seats. It also got the full 5-star rating on the NCAP safety test. Despite the battery pack, the boot is surprisingly roomy. 370 litres puts it about on par with most C-segment hatchbacks, although you will have to give up a bit of room to your charging cables. Now, as most EV drivers know, that 250 kilometres doesn't necessarily equate to 250 kilometres in the real world. But it does give you a bit of extra leeway as regards what length of journey you can plan without wondering where your nearest charge point is. You'll also never see 250 kilometres on the clock, so to speak. What you'll see after a full charge is about 180, with the rest of that range made up of the regenerative power which you claim back from braking and taking it easy around cities and towns, which is really where the Leaf feels most at home. You can increase that effect further again by pressing the Eco button, which will help regenerate even further, although the sacrifice is a bit of a deadening of power. In normal mode though, it does feel nippy enough, and when you hit that accelerator, it really goes. For anyone who hasn't driven an EV before, it's also completely silent, bar a little bit of wind noise, which can take a bit of getting used to, but other than that, it feels like any other normal automatic car to drive. As for the downsides, well, they are what they are for every electric vehicle. Range anxiety and the slight inconvenience of having to charge it every night. The Leaf is a car that will definitely only suit a certain type of lifestyle, but if you're lucky enough to fall into that category, it really is a very pleasant and economical way to get around. You can check it out for yourself at your local Nissan dealer, who will be happy enough for you to take the Leaf for a couple of days on a test drive to see if it really does suit your lifestyle. And you can find out where they are on CarsIreland.ie.